Hello, everyone. My name is Nick Monzon, and I'm a doctoral candidate at the Chicago School of Professional Psychology in Anaheim. My dissertation chair is Dr. Tika Lopez, and my committee member is Dr. Stephen Berger. The title of my dissertation is Investigating Traumatic Crime Scenes, Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder, or PTSD, Major Depressive Disorder, or MDD, and Coping Strategies. The current study focuses on crime scene investigators, or CSI, who respond to violent crimes. CSI have unique stressors when compared to other law enforcement or first responders, as nearly every time they go out to a crime scene, they may be exposed to a critical incident trauma. A critical incident trauma is defined as an incident that causes a person to have unusually strong emotional reactions. Among CSI, child scenes and infant scenes are consistently rated as the most impactful critical incident traumas. When it comes to lifetime prevalence rates for PTSD, CSI have a lifetime prevalence rate of 19%, which is much higher than the general population lifetime prevalence rate of 6.8%. The focus of the current study was to directly examine the effects of coping strategies, both adaptive and maladaptive, on the severity of PTSD and MDD symptoms among CSI. A quantitative study was conducted to examine if PTSD and MDD symptom severity was predicted by adaptive and maladaptive coping strategies and styles. A specific coping strategy that was singled out was dark humor. Among the research, dark humor is often cited as the primary coping strategy for CSI. A prospective sample of 84 crime scene investigators were recruited to voluntarily participate in the study. To be included, participants needed to have worked for at least 1 year and must routinely work violent crime scenes. Participants were contacted and invited to participate via email. A total of 5 measures were used. A standard demographics questionnaire was modified to include CSI-specific questions such as their years of experience, rank, frequency of crime scenes worked per week, exposure to a traumatic scene, and exposure to specific crime scenes such as an infant or child death. We also used the PCL-5, the BDI-2, and the COPE scale. Because we were unable to find a measure for dark humor that included questions we felt measured dark humor among crime scene investigators accurately, a measure of dark humor was created specifically for this study called the Monzon Dark Humor Scale. The study has 5 research questions that are located on the poster, and the results are broken up by the regression models for the BDI-2 and PCL-5. The regression models for research questions 1 and 2 were both significant for the BDI-2 and PCL-5. This shows that dark humor and maladaptive coping styles significantly predicted symptom severity for both MDD and PTSD. However, once we get to research questions 3 through 5, what we found was that only PCL-5 models were significant. However, when we look at the coefficients, we find that dark humor scores were the only significant predictors. The major findings of the study was that dark humor was a significant predictor across all models. As the use of dark humor increased, so did PTSD symptom severity. It should be noted that the researchers were expecting a negative correlation between dark humor and symptom severity. An additional mediation analysis was conducted to investigate this effect. It was found that the number of crime scenes attended per week partially mediated the effect of dark humor on PTSD symptom severity. There may be several reasons for this. Dark humor is often relied on too heavily because it moderates stress and allows CSI to cope with traumatic stimuli in the moment. Dark humor also allows the user to consider their current situation from a less threatening point of view. Furthermore, many CSI report only using dark humor at crime scenes. This means that as CSI attend more scenes during the week, they are potentially exposed to more traumatic stimuli, thereby being forced to use higher levels of dark humor. The current study does have limitations, the first being that the study population is only 30% male. According to the research, dark humor among males may be even darker, as it serves the purpose of weeding out the weak. Traditionally, dark humor among crime labs serves a purpose of bonding. The second limitation is honesty of responses among participants. While it was made clear that the data would only be viewed by the researchers, participants may have been worried about endorsing their actual symptom severity. This should be taken into account. Thank you very much for your time. If you have any questions, I have included my email with this poster. Have a great day.